as he comes into the ring at 232 pounds for his first defense. And he's going against a challenger who comes in at 207 and a half. So there is roughly a 25-pound edge for the champion, Tate. All right, now we'll have the introduction of the fighters. The ring announcer, Donnie Anderson.
Introducing the challenger, weighing 207 pounds, from Los Angeles, California, the #1 contender, Mike Weaver. His opponent, weighing 232 pounds, from Knoxville, Tennessee, the heavyweight champion of the world, Big John Tate.
Well, that's why I asked Mike Weaver the question if hometown crowds bothered him, because it's abundantly clear the bulk of this 12,000 or so in the building on a big ride with Big John Tate tonight. In the light heavyweight championship bout, Eddie Gregory defeated Marvin Johnson to take the title. Within the year, Marvin Johnson losing the WBC title and the WBA title. Following the Tate-Weaver fight, we'll have Sugar Ray Leonard and Dave Boy Green from Landover, Maryland. And then we'll go on to Las Vegas to finish the night of champions. Larry Holmes defending against Leroy Jones. There's the tail of the tape. The weight you can see, 6'4" in height for the champion against 6'1", 3 inches in height, 3 inches in a little less than 3 inches at not quite 78. It's like 77 and a half, but call it 2 inches and 3 inches in height, 25 pounds in weight. The referee is Ernesto Magana Ansarino. Nicasio Lorenzo Drake of Panama is a judge, and Cesar Ramos of Puerto Rico is a judge. It was a losing bout to Larry Holmes that really started Mike Weaver toward this moment. He had Larry Holmes in a bit of trouble early in their fight. Finally ran out of gas. Larry got him in the 12th. Now he's in against Big John Tate. Thought by most people to be the toughest opponent that Tate has had here. John had 3 fights last year, and he won the WBA title in Pretoria, South Africa from Coetzee. Mike Weaver, a late bloomer at 27. Tate said he fully intended to set the pace in this fight, and so far here in the first round, he's doing it. Unloading some heavy stuff on Weaver against the ropes. Some question about the knockout punch or the power punching ability of John Tate. Mike Weaver was very quick earlier this week to point out the man's won 20 consecutive fights and he's knocked out 15 people. That tells me he's got some power. Stamina is one factor that we must watch. Tate is brilliantly conditioned, exceptionally so. Stamina, on the other hand, has been something of a problem for Mike Weaver. Heavily muscled man, but still not a big man, really, not at 207. With all of the development of muscles, you'd think he would be heavier. Frame is light. seconds to go in round one. Scheduled for 15 under WBA rules. 3 knockdowns will stop the fight in the same round. Well, the first round is about done. Round number 2, John Tate, the biggest man. It's easy to spot John. He towers above the challenger, Mike Weaver. John's in the white trunks, and Mike in the red trunks, and Weaver did not sit down between rounds. Tate, trained by his manager, Coach Ace Miller and Don Marshall. Mike Weaver. Manager is Don Manuel. Chief second is Ray Barnes. I guess one of the things that really got the attention of the people in Los Angeles area, Mike, born in Texas, moved out to Pomona when he was very young, about 2 years old, went to Ganesha High School out there. And one day he had flopped around, hadn't done very well, and he was about ready to give things up in his boxing career. Tate just missed with that right. And he went down and he worked out with Eddie Bossman Jones. And Don Manuel was handling Jones at the time, and Weaver planted Eddie. Just whopped him upside the head, and down he went in the gym. And they got a hold of Manuel and said, "You better come down and look at this big guy, because he's a horse." And then later, Weaver was working with Kenny Norton, and again was thinking about giving it up. But Kenny Norton encouraged him to continue his career. And so he had a tough loss to Larry Holmes, and now he's up against Big John Tate. Not that bad to get 2 title opportunities. So quickly, a hard right by Tate and a left by Tate. And that jarred Mike Weaver. 2 hardest blows of the fight right there. Both of them coming from Tate. And Serena of Mexico, the referee.
Don't wait. Don't wait. Sit down. Right. Under.
Right hand by Tate. Caught Weaver on the side of the head. John right now just sort of bullying him back into the rope, trying to pin him. £25 is a lot of weight. Left hook by Weaver. Just missed that shot to the head as Tate moved underneath it. Now Weaver, I think, beginning to realize he's got to get out of there. John's leaning all over him. End of round 2. All right, we're into round 3 now for the WBA Heavyweight Championship. And after the second round, Mike Weaver sat down. Tate comes out strong. John has pretty well controlled the pace of the fight from the beginning. Shoved Mike Weaver away as Weaver dug a left to the body. There's a good left hand by Mike Weaver. He caught Tate on the side of the head as John came in.
Look your hush.
And Serena, the Mexican referee, asking Mike to keep his head up a bit, trying to avoid a butt. Tate hooks him to the head and gets him.
That's right. Make him short. Get off the rope.
Well, Tate's just absolutely smothering Mike Weaver right now. Good left to the body. Long lead right by Tate. I don't think it really did a whole lot of damage. It got the crowd pretty excited, but that overhand right there hurt him. Tate really cutting loose here in the third round with a little more than a minute to go. Left hook to the jaw by Weaver. It was on the money. Tate blinked a little, but comes right back. Half a minute to go. Round 3. Tate gets him with a right and a left to the body and finishes with a flurry at the end of round 3. The champion in the white trunks, John Tate. The challenger in the dark trunks, the red, Mike Weaver. This is round 4. Weaver had one good shot in that third round. He caught Tate flush on the jaw with a short left hook. Tate has just sort of bowled whack around pretty much so far in the fight. With a 25-pound edge. Flurry sends Weaver back into the ropes. Not much, a whole lot of punishment in that little group of punches. Tate's going at a pretty heady pace. I suggested he was in exceptional physical condition. At this pace, we're going to find out. Long right hand got in there again. Another one by Tate. This time it is Weaver with a right and a left hook. Excuse me, Weaver, not Gregory. Sorting through the history of this night in the years to come as Tate comes in and just misses with that long right hand lead. The story of Eddie Gregory's win over Marvin Johnson will be told and retold so many times as he suddenly unleashed a furious barrage of blows to stop Johnson in the 11th round. That was the bout that opened the action in our night of champions. Sugar Ray Leonard and Dave Boy Green follow this one, and then Larry Holmes and Leroy Jones. Hard right to the body by John Tate. Mike Weaver. Again. By the Mexican referee to watch your head. Look, referee, I got enough trouble. This big old tree trying to fall on me. He's taller than I am, and I got to weather the storm somehow.
Get down with it. Get down. Back in there. Back in there when you're in there. All that body.
Come on, don't wait. You got his gut. You got his gut. Come on. Back his gut. We got him. Come on, Mike. Don't wait. Come on. Get out.
Tate a bit wild. He's spending a lot of energy here in this round with flurries that aren't having any effect. Weaver, on the other hand, is getting a little sharper. Mike's finding him some on that infighting. At the end of round 4. All right, it's round 5. A small cut in the corner of the right eye of John Tate. I told you that Weaver's getting sharper on the infighting, and he found him a couple of times with the left hook and opened up a little cut there. John Tate forcing and forcing and forcing, got a little wild in the round. Tremendous pace on the part of Tate, and he has been told by Ace Miller, pace yourself a little bit here in this round and get your breath back. So John looks like he's going to stay outside a bit here. And he's got an advantage in reach, at least 2 inches. Now all of a sudden it's Tate moving away. It's the first time it's happened in the fight. fundamentally thought that Mike Weaver
All right, come on.
does his best work when he's coming at his man.
Come on, John.
Well, John Tate is sort of giving him a chance to come at him here in round number 5, and we'd like to alert our local stations that at the end of this round we're going to take a station break. Right hand off the arm, John Tate.
Both of them inside. Keep your hand inside. Big enough. Don't wait.
I think actually John's having a little trouble staying away from the man. Ace Miller, Don Marshall wanted him to stay outside and coast a bit, restore himself, but now he's moved back in. And Mike Weaver found him with the left and the right. Caught him in that right hand as John was coming in.
All right. Which one would he got it? Get that left hand, look. Good John. Come on, George. Come on. Don't wait, Mike. That's right.
Tate has pretty good movement for a big man. Came in at 232. He was advertised at 240 when he fought Kutza and Kutsia, but he said he never weighed 240. He's never been heavier than 237. Crowd 12,769 paid. And we'll be back with more of the WBA World Heavyweight Championship after this word from our local station. Roy Jones. Larry Holmes holds the victory over Mike Weaver, and it was Weaver's showing against Larry that earned him this opportunity. John Tate, who had a small cut open in the corner of his right eye back in the 4th round, had it reopened in the 5th. Now apparently Big John has got his wind back as he once more wants. Oh, good right hand by Tate. And wobble Mike Weaver some. Coming up next, Sugar Ray Leonard out of Landover, Maryland, his hometown, against Dave Boy Green, plucky fellow from England. Tate, little amateurish there. He took a big lunge at him and got whacked along the side of the head for making that mistake. Mike Weaver, very poised so far in this fight. Conserving energy, perhaps, waiting to open it up. Tate has just sort of bulled him around, except for the 5th round, which appeared to be Mike Weaver's best round.
Do it again, come on.
Mike just missed with that whistling right. Tate gets him the right hand lead again.
Get down with the man. Get down. All right.
The champion in the white trunks and the challenger goes to the head and the body and scores with both the right and the left that time.
Don't wait. Go, John. Don't wait. Go, John. Get him.
There you go. Dump him up. There you go.
Weaver now starting to find Tate's head a little bit with that left jab. And the right eye is getting a little puffy. Weaver gaining a little momentum here in the 6th round.
Get down with it. Keep your hands up high. Keep your hands up high.
Round 6 is about over.
Don't wait for him, man. Don't wait for him.
Round 7. John Tate, the champion in the white. Mike Weaver, the challenger in the red. WBA heavyweight championship at stake here. Weaver now appeared a little sharper in that 6th round, a little more movement. Tate's right eye, little puffy. Left hand.
Don't wait.
Weaver getting through. Right hand along the side of the head of Tate by Weaver.
There you go. Both hands.
Put feet on him. Take your hands down.
Ace Miller in the corner, shouting into the ring for Tate to try an uppercut.
Get down.
Right at that point, the referee and Serena was concerned about a almost low blow by Tate. Weaver trying to fight his way off the rope, giving away 25 pounds. John won't let him off. Stuns him with the right hand. Hits him again with the right hand. Pretty good pummeling right there in the corner by John Tate. Less than a minute to go in round 7.
That's right.
It was the first round KO of Dwayne Bobbick that really launched the year of 1979 for John Tate. Then he went on to beat the South Africans and get the title. Now there's been a whole lot of talk about the winner of this one being matched up with the next comeback of Muhammad Ali. All the talk around this part of the country has been an Ali-Tate match. So Mike Weaver came to town and very quietly and politely reminded everybody that he had some ability too. John's losing his britches too. They've slid down quite a ways. You better get a safety pin here. End of round 7 with a Tate flurry. Mike Weaver, the ex-Marine, 1968 to 71, had his first taste of formal boxing at Camp Lejeune. Out challenging John Tate, the WBA heavyweight championship. I'm telling you, you better pull up John's britches. They're going to fall off. Getting into the area now where you start thinking about the durability of a man or stamina. Both men look fresh. Still good movement by Tate, the bigger. Oh, good right hand by John. He's getting home with that right hand lead a lot. So far, Mike Weaver has been relatively impassive in the aftermath of it. Really hurt him, I guess. Looks like they've been able to control that little cut in the right eye corner. Just at the edge of the right eye. Tate. That's a quick, good overhand right that time by Tate. It was a good, quick, solid left by Weaver as well. Corner's been trying to get John to go for an uppercut in the infighting. First time we've seen him try the overhand right, and it worked. There's a left and a right by Weaver to the head of Tate.
Keep your hands inside.
Right back.
Come on, right back. Come on. You're waiting too long. Right back. Good up back.
We're in round 8 with 12,769 people in the Stokely Athletic Center here at University of Tennessee. Weaver trying to hook to the body, most of it blocked. Tate trying to hook to the head, most of that blocked in that exchange on the rope. Snaps his head back for the uppercut as we come to the end of round 8.
Halfway home.
The corner of John Tate.
Right hand, man, didn't get him out like that. You're gonna have to pull your trunks up when you stand up here. You want to pull them up, okay?
Ace Miller talking to him.
I'm right here with you, John. Just spit it. Now, John, don't walk in on the guy. Try to move.
Watch
your
the
head as
uppercut
you're
that they've been talking about.
Follow me? Try to use some fake.
John finally got inside here and used it to straighten Mike Weaver right up. Well, that's the blow, or the punch at least, that the corner's been asking for quite a while. Here we go to round 9. Tate's been in control of the fight from the very beginning. Weaver's going to have to flurry. He's going to have to, somewhere along the way here pretty soon, make a stand. Right hand snapped onto the jaw of Mike Weaver, but didn't seem to show any effect from it. Tate's landed enough blows. If he doesn't do some damage to Mike Weaver along the way in this fight, I think a lot of people are going to be questioning his power. Right now, Weaver may be in trouble. Grimacing as Tate hit him hard on the upper portion of the head. Did not appear he got him in the jaw area. Mike hooks hard on the side of Tate's head. John's got him pinned here on the rope. Tate's been all over him all night except for 1/2 of one round. With a crowd of more than 12,000 roaring in the background. He's their man, Big John. Oh, there's a pretty nifty left snapped into the face of Tate. There's another one. Weaver beat him to the punch that time, got off just in time to stop Tate's right. Left hook was in the face of Weaver.
Right shot. Underneath. Make him short. Put him in there hard. Looking for it. No, it's there. Let's hook right now. That's the baby.
Less than a half minute to go. Tate had him on the rope, set him up. Now he's ripping into him. Arms are getting a little low on Mike Weaver, too. He'll be a little tired after 9 rounds of this. All right, here we go to round 10. And to be very succinct about it, the manager of Mike Weaver just told him in the corner, you're fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world. You're not throwing any punches. You've got no chance to win the fight if you don't go out and throw some punches. That's I think that pretty well sums up the circumstances right now. Tate got him with that right hand lead again. Neither man has been down. Tate cut very slightly in the corner of the right eye, but otherwise Mike Weaver doesn't appear to be marked. But he's got to be getting a little sore and tired.
Right there. Got the right hand right there. Walk around. Get off the rope.
Been sort of looking for the all-pro thumb that Larry says Mike carries, but I've seen no evidence of it tonight. The particular glove they're using tonight also does not have the prominent thumb that another brand of gloves has, so that might also account for part of it. One brand of glove has a very big thumb. This one has a smaller, less obvious thumb enclosure. This particular glove. Well, Tate's just controlling the pace, doing pretty much what he wants, just pounding away on Mike Weaver. And he's got the crowd roaring. Weaver hasn't thrown enough punches in the last 5 rounds to make hardly any difference at all. All right, we've just about finished 10 rounds here in Knoxville. Let's go to Las Vegas right now. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Into round 11 we go. Off the campus of the University of Tennessee. Sugar Ray Leonard, taped and wrapped and ready. I'm sure Dave Boy Green is all pumped up, and they'll be next in our Night of Champions from Landover, Maryland. Time is of essence here for Weaver. Tate has built up, I'm sure, a huge cushion in the scoring. Been totally dominant in the fight. At this juncture, probably the only hope Mike Weaver would have would be to nail the big guy, turn it all around. Pretty good left popped in there by Mike Weaver. He went 12 in his bout with Larry Holmes. Tate hasn't given him hardly any chance at all tonight. John has just smothered him from the very beginning. Larry put him down and out in the 12th.
What's wrong with the right hand to the body? Come on. Right hand to the body. Right now. Right now. Come on, do it. Come on, what you waiting on 7 back up? Do it. Come on, Mike, come on. Make him do something. All right,
well, it's all Tate so far. So far, John has not been able to put his man down. Mike Weaver, on the other hand, unable to mount any returning offense. You got to left hand slapped in your face like that, straight left, with 232 pounds behind it, you have to feel it. There have been a lot of them in the last 40 minutes. Mike Weaver getting a word from Angelina about that low blow.
Come on. Don't wait, Paul. Don't wait, Paul. Go to him. Go to him.
Well, 11 rounds of John Tate's first defense in the books. Between rounds, the plea continued to Mike Weaver. Throw more punches. This is round 12. John Tate defending the title he won from Kutsia in Pretoria. John going to the body right, then the left. Weaver looks listless.
Come on, man. Come on, do something. Come on, follow him up.
Overhand right on the jaw by Tate. Wicked left hook by Weaver. Tate goes back into the rope. Tate may be hurt. Weaver hits him with the right hand. Weaver's trying to get him. It was a hard left hook that rattled Tate back into the ropes, and all of a sudden, Mike Weaver finally got the big punch he was looking for, and John Tate is laying off. Weaver is wild. Can't get to Tate. Tate leaning back on the rope. Tate almost put down with a left and then a right. Tate hanging on. Minute 15 to go in round 12. Right, left. There's a right hand on the jaw of Tate. Weaver desperately trying to get to the big guy. Tate had totally dominated this fight up to the 12th round. And he almost went down from the left hook. And suddenly it is Weaver, the pursuer, the man in charge. And Tate's hanging on. First time in the fight that Tate had been jarred. Crowd starting to roar. Big John Tate. Weaver continues to pursue him. Mark under the left eye of John Tate. Weaver's got him pinned in the corner. Can't seem to get through it and do any damage to it. Weaver's still chasing his man. Wailing away the closing seconds of the 12th round. But Tate's going to escape it. Well, if you've wondered whether John Tate could take a punch, have a look. First Tate with a right to the head. Then Weaver comes with an overhand right, and there's the big one right there. That left hook flush on the jaw. Look at it from this angle now. Tate overhand right. Not a whole lot on it. Goes to the body, comes back over the top. Then the overhand right by Weaver, and then pow. A big left hook flush on the jaw, and it rattled John Tate right down to his shoelaces.
You sure? Yeah, John, don't try to trade with the son of a bitch when he starts out over. You hear me? Huh? Come on, man. Come on. Act like a goddamn champion. You hear me?
John Tate in the corner getting some strong advice as you watch live from Knoxville, Tennessee. And for the first time, there is some concern in the Tate corner. Round 13. Weaver had him going, and then Tate got away. John moving easily. Weaver looking for a hold. Land one more big one, or two or three. There's the left, partially deflected by Tate. Almost got it in there. The later going, it was Eddie Gregory stopping Marvin Johnson tonight for the WBA Light Heavyweight Championship. And it was a powerful body attack by Gregory that ultimately made the difference in that one. We're looking now at the WBA heavyweight champion John Tate, challenger Mike Weaver. In the 12th round, Weaver almost put Tate down, and it was the first time in the fight that he'd done anything. Earlier, it was Eddie Gregory beating Marvin Johnson, and right after this fight, we'll see Sugar Ray Leonard and Dave Boy Green, and then Larry Holmes and Leroy Jones for the WBC heavyweight championship. WBC World Welterweight Championship coming up with Dave Boy Green and Sugar Ray Leonard. Weaver's looking for the big one because Tate just smothered him for 11 rounds. Then in the 12th, Mike landed a shot to the head with the right side, came back with a wicked left hook, and John Tate almost went down. There was plenty of time to go, too, like half the round, and Tate got away from it.
Back him up, Mike. Back him up. Back him up. Come on, Mike. Both hands, Mike. Get it back. Uppercut. Try uppercut. Do it again. Uppercut.
Weaver's got to land the big one in order for Mike Weaver to win this fight. He's got to put John Tate on the deck, if not knock him out. Certainly got to put him down.
Take one in that fight. Come on, Mike.
Well, we've just about finished 13. We'll be back with more of the WBA World Heavyweight Championship after this ABC News Brief. Ed, thank you very much. And again, we look in on Messrs. Tate and Weaver with round 14. Weaver pressing the issue now. He's in a posture of desperation, no question about it.
Watch the holding. Watch that holding. Right back, Mike. Right back. Okay, get up. Do it again, Mike. Go do it. Go do it here, Mike. Right there, Mike. Come on. Come on. Come on. Keep your hands out and go. Go on. Oh, that's right. Go on.
Well, they're going to take a point away this time for the low blow. Well, he loses a point there for the low blow, Mike does. Left and right by Tate. Weaver's had one big round, the 12th, and he almost put the champion down with a right-left combination. There's the right hand. Not much in that one. Tate just rolled back into the ribs. Didn't have all that most force in it.
Come on, good. Okay. Right back on top of it. Come on. Throw that right hand, Mike. Throw that right hand. Throw it, Mike. Wait too long, go to it, Mike.
Pretty good left to the body by Weaver.
Wait too long, go to it. Right up. Back him up, Mike. Back him up. Put your head right in the drop down, Mike. Drop down. Put your head right in the chest.
Weaver boring in, looking for a place to plant one. Can't find it. Good, hard, chopping right hand by Tate. Caught Weaver coming in. Another right by Tate. Left hook. Got the champion. Tate sags back into the ropes. That's the second time in the fight that Weaver has tagged him. I don't think that one had as much on it as the other one back in the 12th round. But John Tate instantly looked into his corner when Weaver popped him with that left hook. So we're in 14 here in Knoxville. Right now, let's join Chris Schenkel.
Lost only 2 fights, a devastating puncher, 26 knockouts. That bout will be coming up soon, scheduled for 15 rounds for the WBC Welterweight Championship. Now back to Keith Jackson.
All right, Christopher, now back here in Knoxville, looking into Mike Weaver's corner. You're looking at a tired warrior. He's never gone 15, as you see, in his professional career. Looks like he's going to do it tonight, but he is flat tired.
Baby, this is it. Let's bring that trophy home, Mike. We gotta go to work. Mama's out there watching, Mike. Let's go to work.
Well, I'm sure the spirit's willing, but I'm not sure the body has a whole lot left in it. We'll see. He did rattle Tate some in the late going there in the 14th round, and Big John better get off the ropes, I would think. He looks into his corner, and that's what they're trying to tell him to do. Stay out in the ring and move around. You got it in the bag. Don't get yourself pinned and get nailed.
Forward, John. Forward, John. Back him up, John. Back him up.
Some more in our local stations that after the decision at the end of the round, we'll be taking a station break. That right hand by Weaver was a little high on the side of the head. Both men now showing some wear and tear. Both men obviously tired. Weaver pressing the fight here in the 15th round. The man everybody said they doubted he had the stamina to go 15. Still pressing the issue. As a matter of fact, he's more active here in the 15th than he was in the 5th. Tate has a 25-pound edge, though, and that makes a difference when you get into a situation like this where everybody's flailing away or where the other man is desperate. Got that much of an edge, you can tie him up. I see some blood on the shoulder of Tate. That's got to be coming from somewhere. And so far, I haven't exactly seen where. There's a overhand right high on the side of Tate's head by Weaver. I guess Mike's nose is bleeding a little bit. Maybe what it is. Left there. Tate goes down in his face. Weaver hit him with a left hook, and Tate is down. He is just beginning to move. The fight is over. Weaver has knocked him out in the 15th round. With less than a minute to go in the 15th round, Weaver knocked him cold. Incredible. Mike Weaver had been battered and bombed all over the place all night long. In the 12th round, he got John Tate in a flurry, almost put him down, and then got Tate back in the corner on the ropes and hit him with a left hand. And Tate has scarcely moved since he went down. The doctors have moved into the ring to have a good look at him. And I'm not sure that he's regained is he moving? Yeah, he's all right. Okay. But what an incredible finish. As Tate had this fight in the bank, and he got tagged first in the middle of the round by a left, and then back here in the corner, bang to the body. There's the left hook. It hit him right on the button, and he went right down on his face, and he went out. He really didn't move until he was counted out at 2:15 of the 15th round. Well, how do you do? Stunning turnaround. Absolutely startling. Tate now is up.
Well, Thomas, it's you and Pipino now, huh?
Yes, Dick, it's me and Pipino all the way. I got to get out there and capture my championship now. I just watched Aaron Pryor, one of the former amateur guys with me when I was coming up, and he just won his championship. Now it's all on me.
Are you going for a quick knockout? He says he is.
Well, I'm be definitely going out. Each round I go out, if it goes past the first or second round, I'm definitely going for a knockout each time I go out.
You said something interesting the other day in one of your post-workout interviews, and that is people said, can you handle the left hook by Pipino? And the fact is you say you have to expect to be hit.
Yes, you do, Dick. I don't care how good of a fighter you are. You're definitely going to get hit. Going 15, 10, 12 rounds, you're definitely going to have to get hit.
Is there any way this fight, in your view, can go the distance?
No, I can't see the fight going 15 rounds. Not at all, Dick.
So there you have it, a look at the principles for this WBA welterweight championship, which you will see as it happened a bit later on. But there was another story in Detroit last week, the story of old warrior Ernie Shavers, and I'll return with Angelo Dundee in that heavyweight fight in just a moment. And Thomas Hearns for the WBA welterweight championship from Detroit's Joe Louis Arena, and I'll be back with Angelo Dundee in just a moment.
Because Cuevas is susceptible early, he don't get rolling. But if he gambles, Cuevas has the shorter left hook. One thing you never do in boxing is hook with a hooker.
What about the reach advantage that Hearns obviously have? Will it be a factor?
Oh, it's a big factor. If Hearns stays out there and pops at that left hand, pops it out, he can do that all night long. But this is not Hearns' game. Hearns is a gamester. He'll try to take you out there every time.
What about the pressures and the temperaments going in? Pipino Cuevas did all his work in New York. He has been quiet. He has kept to himself. He's a man of few words. He seems to be cool under pressure. Hearns, toward the latter stages, seems to have been rattled a little bit because of the expectations of what his fans think he ought to do here in his hometown of Detroit.
The oddity of this fight, Dick, is answer will be answered about both fights, because these fights are two, actually, nobody knows how great they are. But when this guy Hearns comes to the ring with this crowd, he's going to look like he's 10 foot tall.
I'd have to think that in this particular fight, we're not talking about boxer versus puncher. We're talking about two aggressive fighters with natural punches. The test of will. That is the whole thing. The heart. Is that a factor?
Well, the heart is always there, Dick. That's a misconception. It's going to see who's the better puncher, who's the better fighter, and the guy that gets in with the hooks and the shots earlier is the winner.
All right, let's go into the ring for this one. Thomas Hearns.
Everybody on the other side.
And there he is, Thomas Hearns, with "Let's Get It On" the back of his robe as he takes to the ring, to the cheers of thousands here at Joe Louis Arena here in Detroit, Michigan, getting ready for the much-awaited WBA welterweight championship. Roberto Duran is the WBC champion as a result of his unanimous decision over Sugar Ray Leonard in Montreal, June the 20th. And now Thomas Hearns, the 21-year-old from Detroit, with an undefeated mark of 28-0 and 26 knockouts. 6'1", some people say a bit taller than that. Weighed in today at 146.5 pounds, and will have a 5.5-inch edge in reach over Pipino Cuevas. And the crowd loves him here in the Motor City, Angelo.
I love him. It's electrifying the way he comes into the ring. It really gives me a thrill. It juices me up. I like to get right behind these guys and crawl right into that ring.
And here he is, stone-faced Jose Pipino Cuevas, who married a former trapeze artist in the circus. They were married on elephants. There's a lot to this man that a lot of people don't know about. He's a man of few words. He does his talking in the ring. And he has been cool and confident. And we've talked about Mexican fighters in the past. We saw Sanchez against Little Red Lopez. They have a certain determination and heart. as you mentioned, all fighters have heart, but there's could be extra determination for this fellow.
Well, I tell you, this man's a gladiator. Both of them are gladiators. They're both good fighters, and it's going to be who's going to get in there with the best shot. Nobody's mesmerizing nobody. Nobody's doing nothing to nobody. It's going to be when that bell rings and the best guy's going to win, the best punch is going to win. That's going to be proven tonight. We don't know. It's the untouchable things that are going to prove the winner of this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my left, presenting to you in white trunks from, guess where? Detroit, Michigan. White trunks with red and blue stripes. Challenging and the leading contender for title honors, weighing 146.5. A welterweight that has done almost everything asked of him. 26 great knockouts and 28 wins. He is known as the Motor City Cobra. Here's the undefeated hitman, Tommy Hearns. Ladies and gentlemen, as his opponent, outstanding king of the welterweights, really needs no introduction the world over. This tonight, his 12th title defense in an outstanding career. 24 knockouts in his 27 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, he weighs 146 pounds with dark green velvet trunks out of Mexico City. Yes, the king of the welterweights, Pipino Cuevas.
Well, Cuevas has his share of supporters here. You saw some signs urging on Pipino, but it's a Tommy Hearns crowd. The rules prescribed by the World Boxing Association. The scoring is figured on a 10-point must system. 10 points to the winner of the round. The referee and the two judges will score the fight. Mandatory 8 count is in effect for all knockdowns. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. The fighter will win by a TKO if he knocks his opponent down 3 times in any round, and a fighter can be saved by the bell only in the final round. And round 1. World War II, they bill it. Hearns in the white trunks, Cuevas in the dark thick green, and a left hook. Hearns felt coming in that Cuevas would make an easy target.
Well, he is an easy target, but the whole thing is getting overconfidence and taking a gamble because he can't punch.
We talk about Hearns' right hand. Let's not forget about a punishing left jab.
Always got to, and listen, Hearns' best punch is a counter left hook if you fall in. It's not only that. He's a complete fighter. He's not just a jab or right cross up. He punches with either hand. There goes the slippery shoes. He got leather shoes on, and Hearns has got rubber shoes on.
Well, that's got to be something your handlers have to go and check the surface of the ring.
Well, they got to get that rosin out, and they got to cut the shoelace, the bottom of the shoes with a knife or something.
Hearns with a combination, and he is on the attack here in round 1, and a right hand. Right hand to the head of Cuevas and a left to the body. Tommy Hearns stalking Pipino Cuevas in this first round. Halfway through the opening round.
Cuevas takes an excellent punch, and he's absorbed some real good shots already early.
He's never been knocked down. 22 years old is Cuevas. Hearns is 21.
Cuevas backing up is making the wrong move in there because Hearns picks up momentum when he backs you against the ropes.
Good right hand following a left. And Cuevas is taking the punishment now. And if he can show Hearns that he can take this kind of punishment, it could turn to his advantage.
Yeah, but that kind of punishment don't do nobody no good. Cuevas got to start getting some respect from Cuevas.
Less than a minute to go in round 1. It's been Hearns' round thus far. Right hand staggers Cuevas.
Takes a great punch. That was a beautiful shot right on the chin.
Hearns with that tremendous shoulder and arm strength.
Well, the whole story is going to have to survive early, Cuevas, to be in this fight with Hearns.
Less than a half a minute to go in the opening round. Hearns keeping outside. Crisp jab as he connects right there. But the right hand has done damage here in round one.
Cuevas looked toward his corner last time around.
10 seconds to go in the first round, scheduled for 15 for the WBA Welterweight Championship. Let's take a look now at Hearns stalking Cuevas in round one, Angelo.
Really hit him with a real good right hand shot, and he took it real well.
Round two now. See what Lupe Sanchez told Cuevas between rounds.
Cuevas a very strong individual. He got hit some of the best punches I ever saw Hearns throw.
Slip
there
right
goes the
there.
slippery shoes. They got to do something about those shoes because this kid ain't going to get no momentum on his punches, no traction.
18-foot ring. Hearns has been going after Cuevas. None of those punches did much damage. Pipino hasn't been in position to land that left hook. He's had to keep his distance against Hearns, and that reach is paying off here.
Well, the whole thing is he's not firing back. Hearns is punching him at will. Pipino's going to have to get something going because he's going to be dominated.
Good right hand. Following it up is Thomas. Boy, Cuevas can take the punches, and a combination has jarred Pipino against the ropes, and now he fights back. And this is the war we had anticipated. Cuevas wishes wildly with a right and left. Hearns on the attack. Will School under Emmanuel Stewart at the Crop Recreational Center in Detroit came from the Detroit streets, and they love it here at the Joe Louis Arena.
Cuevas already showing us some lumps on his left side of his face from those punches he just got hit.
Minute to go, round two. Solid left hand, coming back with the right. The combinations for Hearns, who's following up.
That's right, and Pipino's missing all his punches so far. He can't get no traction under his feet. That's a big problem right now.
Spending the entire 2 rounds backing up, which is not his style.
That's correct. He's got to take the plate to Hearns if he's going to do anything with him. Hearns has no...
There's a throwing
all over. All over.
Pipino, Cuevas is down. And he's all right. He shakes his hand, tells Stanley Cristodulo, the referee, he's okay, and that's all. The fight is over. It ends in the second round, and Thomas Hearns becomes the new WBA welterweight champion. Detroit as a welterweight champion. Cuevas got up in time, and Cristodulo stopped the fight. He was down at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and the fight unofficially stopped at 2:38 of the second round. Thomas Hearns, with his 27th knockout in 29 victories, is the welterweight champion. And there is Cuevas in his corner, and I don't think he had any idea what hit him. Take us through it.
Great right hand. Great way he reacted. He fell down. Second hand, right hand wasn't even necessary.
He was on his way down, face down. Cristodulo right on top of him counted. He got up about the count of 6. Told Cristodulo he was okay.
He got up in time, but Lupe Sanchez jumped up and stopped the fight. The manager, because he knew the kid had nothing, he was out of it.
Here is Thomas Hearns, the new WBA welterweight champion, and you have given Detroit something to shout about. They need a hero, and you're it. Tell us.
Yes, I feel that I have done a lot for Detroit. Let Mama in here. And I'm very happy to be here to perform for Detroit, to do the things that I have been doing. And I always will keep doing the proper things. As long as I have my mother in the city of Detroit. My manager here, Emmanuel, stood with me. I always will do it.
You had Pipino backed up. That's not the way he likes to fight. He was backpedaling all the way. You had him all the way on the road.
Well, I told Pipino from the start that I will not be backing up. I'll be in his face all the way. I told him that if anybody be backing up, it will be him backing up.
Tell me about the series of punches that finally knocked him out and down.
Well, it was just a shot I set him up for. It was the jab, holding the jab in his face and shooting the right hand over top. As soon as I hit him with that, I seen him staggering, so I brought another right hand right back on top. And that's what took him out.
Let me ask you this question, Thomas. People said, of course, fighting in Detroit, a big advantage for you. I got the feeling that people expected you to do so much and that maybe the pressure might have been a little greater on you in the final hours and you rose to the occasion. Any possibility of that?
Well, the people here in Detroit, they was definitely looking for my best performance. And I wanted to definitely give them my best performance. So I did all I possibly can to make sure that they get my best performance.
Did you think it would end as quick as it did, honestly?
Well, I knew it wasn't going 15 rounds. That was for sure. I told him that it would not go 15 rounds. I wasn't sure what round that he would go out, but I know it wasn't going 15.
You beat a man that held the title for 4 years. You know that.
Well, I always will hold the title as long as I'm able to get the fight. Like I said, as long as I have my right manager, like Emmanuel Stewart, somebody behind me, and the rest of my followers behind me, give me that strength, I always will do
Final
good.
question, what next for you?
Well, I would definitely like Duran, the other part of the title. I would definitely like it.
The new champion, Thomas Hearns, and you can meet him tomorrow live in our New York.
Hey, there's Leonard coming in with his entourage. Padilla is from the Philippines. It was he who worked the Thrilla in Manila. The judges will be Harry. Remember, please, 18 times Duran has knocked an opponent out in the first round. Also remember, the only 2 times he's ever been knocked down, he was knocked down on the first round. And there is the Sugar Ray Leonard, the welterweight champion of the world, with his belt. Angelo Dundee, the very, very famous trainer, in his corner. Right there, Claude Mouton.
Le match de la décennie pour le titre mondial des poids mi-moyens, version du Conseil mondial de la boxe. The Olympic installation board is pleased and proud to present the long-awaited World WBC Welterweight Championship fight. 15 rounds of boxing. 15 rounds de boxe. Presented par le commandeur Jean-Yves Perron, presented by promoter Jean-Yves Perron, sous la juridiction de la commission athlétique de la ville de Montréal, dont le président est M. Arthur Gagnon, sanctionné par le Conseil mondial de la boxe, présidé par M. José Sullivan, près de la mer. This belt under the jurisdiction of the Montreal Athletic Commission, Mr. Arthur Gagnon, President, and sanctioned by the World Boxing Council, Mr. José Sullivan, President, attending at ringside. Les officiels, the officials, le docteur, Dr. Pierre Ponchet, the timekeepers, Maurice Vermette, Marc Aubert, et Nick Nicolo. Les juges, the judges. De France, Monsieur Raymond Maniru. From Italy, Angelo Rotelli. D'Angleterre, from England, Harry Gibbs. L'arbitre, your referee, Señor Carlos Padilla, a Philippine from Philippines.
The moment.
In the red corner, portant le maillot blanc et rouge, wearing the white trunks with red stripes. Natif de Guarare, Panama, et revenant à Panama City, a native of Guarare, Panama, now living in Panama City.
Bertie, can you hear me?
Yes.
You notice that Leonard, real sweat, real warm. Duran, no, is not in a sweat.
Yeah. But you see, Leonard's got, Angelo puts Abilene grease. That's the grease that makes you sweat and gets you hot. And Duran doesn't have any grease on him at all.
The referee, Carlos Padilla, giving them their last minute instructions. I got to tell you something. The Spanish has it, el momento de la verdad.
And I don't know how he can hope to win this fight this way.
Would you believe Leonard trying to match Macho with Macho?
Yeah, he's been reading the papers, and that's too bad. He should have been fighting from outside. Movement is what he needs, movement. Leonard coming on good with a combination, but it didn't seem to hurt Roberto. Roberto right above us.
Leonard with a furious assault to the body.
Leonard throwing everything he's got into the punches. Roberto ducking under him and keeps punching, keeps coming.
Angelo thinks Roberto is vulnerable in the body.
Well, let me tell you right now, Leonard's throwing hard.
What a round. End of the third round. You're looking at Roberto Duran and Arcel exhorting him. I just turned around to look at Wilfredo Benitez. Wilfredo, what do you think?
Duran not going away. I will be knocking him out in 2 rounds, you know, because in my best condition, nobody can beat me.
What do you
think about this
Who
fight,
do you think is winning right now? ¿Quién gana ahora?
So I see in the fight, so
Say it again. We had to get away for a moment. Who do you think is winning right now, Wilfredo?
it's even the fight.
Even fight. Gracias.
I don't see it that way at all. I don't see it that way at all. That was Wilfredo Benitez, a former welterweight champion, but I have Duran ahead at this point.
I wonder if Duran is surprised, Freddie, at the fact that Leonard is not running on him. Now Leonard is starting to use the left hand.
Leonard must move. He must move and do what got him here. He got here by being a beautiful boxer with a great jab. For him to stay on the ropes and take all that body punishment is unnecessary.
I don't know what they're trying to prove image-wise with Leonard.
I don't know if they...
He is reacting to every feint with the left hand.
He is definitely very gun-shy. Roberto is standing right in front of him. He is not catching any jabs. There's too much distance between them right now.
What surprises me is that Leonard is standing right in front of Duran. I thought he'd fight him side to side. But Leonard apparently feels he can beat him that way and beat him at his game. That's what he wants to prove.
Well, he hasn't beaten him so far. Unless they're waiting. Oh, he just got hit on... Leonard just got hit on the break. Not hard. But it goes to show you that Roberto... Oh, a right hand! He hurt Leonard! A tremendous right hand by Duran drove Leonard back into the ropes. And now, he's holding on.
Bertie, I just don't believe this. I cannot believe that Leonard would come out and fight as if he were fighting Pete Ramzani.
I don't think that Duran has given them any choice. He's fighting the fight that Duran is commanding right now. The difference in this fight is that Duran is fighting his fight, and Sugar Ray Leonard is not. He is being forced to fight Duran's fight, which is what you're seeing right now.
There were some who thought that a cold night would be bad for Duran. I said that he didn't have a real sweat. He's got one now as he punched himself out.
Duran will never punch himself out.
He hurt Leonard with that left hook. I would never have believed that they go to the pit this way.
I would never have believed it of Ray, because what he's doing is getting his ribs caved in. And that's going to tell later on in the fight. Ray is hoping to catch him off those ropes, and unless he does, he's in trouble.
Oh,
You can't see better fighting than this.
I was going to say, if you wanted to write a script, you could not have written, because, I mean, let's face it, you figure a young man like Sugar Ray Leonard's going to come out, stick him, suck him into the left hook. Instead, he's going out there. He's going to beat Duran at Duran's own kind of fight. We'll see whether it costs him.
Now watch this right hand. Watch Duran's right hand land flush on the chin, and watch the way that Sugar Ray has to back up into the ropes to avoid. Look at the way that Duran follows him in. That's killer instinct. These rounds are beginning to get even because Sugar is starting to fight off the ropes, and Duran is beginning to slow up at the end of the round. They cannot keep up this pace for 15 rounds.
You know, Bertie, remember I said to you, Ray Arcel, oh, a left hook, he might have hurt. That was the suck punch. Bring him in and hit him with a hook.
That's because Duran has opened this round asleep. He did not open it with his intensity, and he got hit. If he lays down and tries to box with Sugar Ray Leonard, he is going to get that all night long, because Leonard's hand speed is awesome.
Ray Arcel said we'll tell by round number 7 whether they've got second wind. Duran now is fighting the way he did in 71 when they called him Rocky after Rocky Graziano, going with a right hand. Or Marciano, as Freddie Brown says. And Ray Arcel says of Jack Dempsey.
Let me say that Sugar Ray Leonard has shown more guts and more gumption in these first 4 rounds than was expected of him. The champion has been fighting his heart out, but Duran has been calling the shots.
You notice that Leonard is now trying to use his size on him, bullying him, leaning on him. Right hand just a little high by Duran.
But it was murder in that right hand.
Putting the pressure on Ray.
A lot of infighting here that doesn't look like much, but they're landing very short, chopping, and hard punches, both of them. Sugar Ray Leonard is really doing a job with his head.
He's also pounding to Duran's body. They believe they can get Duran, and Duran is answering back. Look at Ray go to the body. Did he hurt Duran, Purdy?
No, those were to the side. Those were picture punches, but not hurt. Those are the ones that hurt. The one where you dig in and your feet come off the canvas with each one.
An incredible 5 rounds with Sugar Ray Leonard not doing what they thought he would do. Oh, no. He's got Duran hurt. Oh, and Duran fights right back. He's going after him with the right hand.
Sugar Ray Leonard at his best. He's trading punch for punch with Duran. Is that wise?
Oh, Duran missed the right hand that would have ended it. As he got guts. What an incredible fight.
They have been exchanging evenly. Now watch this replay, ladies and gentlemen, as you see 2 fighters evenly matched. Watch Sugar Ray come out with everything he's got, but Duran is ducking all that ring experience. All of that ring experience showing. Now watch this exchange between Leonard and Duran as a combination. But Roberto hangs there, and there he is.
That hand speed.
Amazing hand speed by the champion, Sugar Ray Leonard, but Duran hangs in there.
Leonard bearing his attack. Body and then head. We thought that it would be Leonard holding on. That time it was Duran. Duran now trying to go underneath that left hand with a right uppercut to the body. But I must tell you, this has been a good round for Leonard.
The referee keeps knocking down Duran. Oh, that was a great shot by Leonard. The referee tries to knock out Roberto's right hand, but never. Beautiful, beautiful punch by Duran in counter punch as he came in.
Right up.
And now a hook by Leonard. How can these two guys take it?
Unbelievable.
Duran measuring him for the right hand. And just when he goes to throw it, Leonard with that superb instinct moves back. What a fighter Sugar Ray Leonard is.
Left hand. Not as good as it seemed. Duran was moving back with both.
And the bell.
There's the bell. Didn't even hear it. Ernie, we'll talk with you about how you've scored it so far. I notice you're keeping a score. I haven't been. How do you score it so far?
So far, I have it just about even with Duran ahead by about a point.
58.
But it is so hard to score. And remember, we have judges here that are love to see fine boxing. We have not seen any fine boxing in the European style. We have seen down in the trenches fighting.
Everybody said, can he go to the pit with Duran?
He's in the pits and he's doing fine. I tell you one thing, it is an even fight, and it's so subjective that either judge can have one or the other.
Ray standing, waiting to go after him. Duran.
Let's see if he hits him that hook again to begin with. No, this time Duran puts in a hard right hand to the body.
Roberto Duran.
Steam is coming off of both fighters. They're in the middle of the ring. They have plenty of distance between them. Duran has not yet forced him to the ropes to fight his fight.
He beat Duran to the punch a little bit. Duran just missed with the right hand. Duran, by the way, was 29 years old, June 16th. Leonard is 24. Leonard, the taller of the two. I haven't identified them because I don't think you need identification. Two of the best-known fighters in the world. Again, Duran feinting with that right hand, looking to throw the left, but the right hand is his punch. Arcel and Freddie Brown up on the top step. Leonard has Duran in a bit of trouble.
Leonard fighting very well off the ropes now, not like he was doing before. They exchange very hard punches back into the ropes as Duran is always relentlessly pushing him back into the ropes. Leonard fighting off the ropes, trying to spin out, trying to get distance. Roberto now back to the ropes. And for the first time we see Roberto Duran on the ropes, and for the first time I see a little anguish on the face of Roberto Duran.
Punches to the bodies. The corner for Duran is yelling, get off the ropes, go to the center of the ring.
This is a very brutal physical fight. Very brutal. Ray pushes off the referee and saying, let me get to him, let me get in this action. Back to the ropes again. Fighting off the ropes comes Sugar Ray Leonard. Fighting back comes Duran. And they're back on the ropes.
Leonard hasn't lost his hand speed. Duran seems to have lost a little of his. But now he opens up.
Every time Leonard lands a great punch, Duran comes back with 3 or 4. Where does this man get the energy? Oh, a beautiful hook by Duran right on the button. A beautiful hook by Duran right on the button. What in the world? Keeping Sugar Ray up when he gets hit like that.
The same kind of guts the other man has.
Oh boy, are they giving it to Sugar.
He keeps showing him the right hand and trying to hit him with the left. Duran turned his back on him.
What punches? Low punches by Duran. But it doesn't seem to affect Sugar. This is Sugar Ray. This is Sugar Ray at his best. And yet he doesn't take advantage of it. What the hell?
You know, Purdy, they call him Sugar Ray Leonard. And Sugar Ray Robinson, I told you once, fought George Costner, touched his gloves and said, there's only one Sugar Ray, and you're not going to go more than one round. And he didn't. What he has said about this young man, Sugar Ray Leonard, he has the capacity, and he's fighting a Robinson kind of fight tonight.
Well, this fight is a seesaw battle. Just when one man looks to be getting the opportunity, the other one comes out. And one of the big surprises of this fight to me is that Sugar Ray Leonard has been able to take the terrific punishment by Duran and still be fresh and still be coming. What a fighter Sugar Ray Leonard is.
8th round. I'll tell you, they have respect for one another.
If they don't have it, they're getting it now, because they have done everything they could to each other, and they're still there. Out in the middle of the ring now, a little slow beginning. That's not good for Roberto. He's going to get hit from the outside, but it's great for Sugar Ray. That's Sugar Ray's fight.
I have the feeling Roberto is trying to draw him into the right hand now.
This is the first time I have seen Padilla so active in trying to break fighters up that are fighting. Oh, a fantastic right uppercut by Leonard. Another right uppercut by Leonard right on the button. But Duran is there, and here he comes.
Look at him. Look at him doing a little dance. Now Leonard answers. But there has been no showboating in this fight by either man. They came to fight. Leonard flat-footed.
Leonard has to fight this kind of fight. Now's the time for him to open up with this kind of fight. Roberto seems momentarily flustered. He's laughing at him. He's laughing at him, but here comes Sugar Ray. Roberto taking his first break.
This is about the time he catches his second breath. Usually he got hurt with a left, but then he answered with a right to the body.
It was a tremendous jab that Sugar put in, the kind that he should have been doing all along, but he has not. He has neglected his jab, and I don't know why.
I thought Duran wanted to keep Leonard in front of him all the time, and it's Duran who's trying to come from the side. Step to one side or the other and bang with either hand. Leonard right in front of him all the time. No blink, no reaction to feints. Just the great hand speed and a terrific fight. Better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be great.
This is, if you can call this round slow, this is the first slow round we've had. If you can call this action slow. There goes Duran with a nice right hand. It just missed. Here comes Leonard with hand speed. Duran's got him in the corner. Duran, he's trying to get out. Oh, a great shot from Duran. Another great shot from Leonard. Catches Duran. And a great right hand. A great right hand. How does Leonard stand it? A great right hand by Duran.
I want to ask you one question. After I catch my breath, 30, is it possible? It was a featherweight. Does Duran not punch as hard as a welterweight as he did as a lightweight?
He seems to be punching pretty hard right now, not as hard as the lightweight. Watch Duran's right hand now as it lands. There's a left. Look at that right hand flush, and back comes Leonard, and what he does. Now watch another shot of this. Look at the right hand land flush, right on the jaw. Now, if he'd have landed that on a lightweight, he'd have killed the lightweight.
You know, of course, they always question Leonard's chin. You think they do now?
Not indeed. Not indeed. Not his chin, not his heart, not his head, and not his fighting ability. Sugar Ray Leonard is a sensational champion, but he's got his hands full with Roberto Duran, who has given him all he wants and is on top of him every minute.
Duran now is the aggressor. He's not trying to cut him off. He doesn't have to. Leonard is right there in front of him, fighting him flat-footed.
Leonard has not danced. He has not shuffled. He has been in the trenches with him.
Duran uses that feint with the right hand, draws it back and throws the left hook. Did he cut Leonard? Leonard went to his eye. Did he cut him?
No, he put his head in there pretty good. Angelo screaming from the corner. Watch his head. Padilla's got a big lot of trouble to separate these two. Again, Duran off first. Leonard trying to fight off the ropes. He missed with a wild swinging hook and had to pay for it with a thumping body shot by Duran. Duran in a corner again. Again, Duran fighting.
He's really pressured him a lot this round, and he hasn't given him a chance to get started. It's Leonard now that goes to the center of the ring.
Duran charging with the jab, turns it into a hook, lands it. Now goes with both hands to the body, and Leonard has not done anything this round. Again, backing him up. Now more punches to the body by Duran. There's the ubiquitous referee in between. I don't know what Padilla's doing here. Padilla's interfering far too much in this fight. These two guys are fighting. They don't need a referee. There he goes again. They aren't even at the corner, and he's there. No rest.
Leonard tried to spin him that time and couldn't do it. They are two master craftsmen. Superb fighters.
Duran is winning this round unless Leonard can turn it around at the end here. This round has been all Duran. You cannot give Duran that kind of edge. Every round is going to be important from now on.
Leonard's got to go to the uppercut if he expects to do anything, because Duran is coming in under those wide punches, as you pointed out, just coming under him.
He has a great ability to bend under punches. Leonard has stopped fighting this round, and I don't know why, unless he's taking a breather.
Catch in a second.
Going. And that's his fight. Leonard can't seem to... Oh, Leonard threw everything he had in a punch and almost turned himself around. They're both extremely tired. I've never seen Duran lose punching power like now.
Leonard punched himself out. Duran is starting to come back at him.
I've never seen Duran punch so slowly, but he's been punching so hard. They're both exhausted.
We're in the 11th round. 4 more to go. Marcel was right. He said we'll see who goes 15.
That's what this is going to be. Who goes 15?
Leonard coming back with a flurry, and Duran answered and hit him right with hook.
They're just exchanging those volleys. It's incredible to me that one can come back to the other. And there.
What a fight.
Leonard may have evened it up now, but I still have Duran slightly ahead. He may have evened it up. He was just starting to look good, and for the first time, Duran is beginning to look weary in his punching power. I have never seen Duran run out of steam when it comes to punching.
The officials tonight, only the judges vote. The referee, Carlos Padilla, has no vote. No vote. Harry Gibbs, Angelo Paletti, and Raymond Baldereux. Now, Baldereux presumably has no reaction one way or the other to Styles. Gibbs likes boxing. Paletti likes aggressiveness. We're in round number 12.
I don't think they've seen much boxing, but they've seen a lot of aggressiveness.
By both.
Both fighters have been supreme fighters. Good right hand by Duran to begin this round. Exchanging jabs in the middle, not hurting each other, but not starting off fast. Duran doesn't seem to show any inclination to close right now, being satisfied to stay away for a few seconds. How can you blame them? They've been going toe-to-toe.
Bertie, who's the stronger man of the two physically, do you think?
Right now, you really can't tell. Right now, they're both pretty exhausted. What Sugar Ray Leonard has taken to the body should have caved in a heavyweight.
This is a replay of Robinson Lamada. Bang into the body.
Roberto is much busier. Roberto is much busier than Sugar Ray Leonard. That was the string. That string was hanging from Roberto Duran's glove, and Padilla took it out. Rightly so.
Stop the clock, too. He's shown him the right hand again and going at him with the left and hit him with a good hook. Duran did.
Duran seems to be getting his second win. And now Sugar Ray Leonard feels like he's got Duran in a little bit of trouble, but that's a mistake because Duran is a mongoose. He comes back. What a thunderous punch Sugar Ray Leonard landed, but Duran is still there. What in the world has Duran got for a heart?
Unbelievable.
Good right hand by Duran. Just when Sugar Ray Leonard was going to get untracked, he got hit by a right hand.
I don't think he's got the sting he had earlier.
I don't think either one of them have the sting he had earlier. Sugar Ray just took a deep breath, which is a sign of weariness.
It has been the plan, obviously, to go to Duran's body. Duran short with the right hand and does not look to be snapping it the way he did earlier. But you can't tell. You never can tell with Roberto. Leonard now hit him a little bit low. And the bell. 12th round.
Now we'll see a replay, and you will see the kind of punch. Look at that shot land. Now comes back with another shot. Look at this shot land. I am telling you, these people are throwing the kind of leather that would knock anybody out. They missed on the last two punches, but they had landed solid the two punches before. What's keeping both of them up? I do not know, folks.
Bertie, I have to remind everyone, a draw, the champion remains the champion. Please remember that. In the event of a draw, Leonard would retain his crown. I mention that because it is that close a fight.
I want to tell you, in the event of a draw, you meet me under the ring because there's going to be a lot of debris flying if this fight's a draw.
Leonard standing. That's what Ader Joffrey used to do, the great Brazilian. He always stood. Round number 13.
Round 13, and I believe that Roberto senses that he's got to fight if he keeps up the pressure. I do not believe that Sugar Ray thinks he's losing this fight. It's very possible both corners think they're ahead. It's that close. This is in the hands of the judges unless one of each. Oh, a left hook by Duran. Unless these fighters take the solution in their own hands, this is going to be a hard fight to judge.
Duran a little more aggressive in this round than Leonard.
Well, I believe he's been aggressive through the whole fight. Pushing Leonard to the ropes, mauling him, keeping him there. You have to give him points for aggressiveness, but Sugar Ray's fought brilliantly off the ropes at times.
They're both trying to fake one another into a lead because they want to counter off the lead. Duran surprised, I am sure, at the body attack. I don't think he's ever gone through one like that. A left hook! Should have hurt Leonard. It didn't. It did not.
Leonard had just landed his preferred punch and got hit by a hook. He's retreating back to the corner. Duran's favorite hunting ground. That corner over there has been the pitfall for Sugar Ray Leonard. They seem to gravitate to that as if pulled by some kind of invisible magnet. And when he's there, it's all Duran.
Bertie, you were in Manila. I was not. Is this like the Thrilla in Manila?
This is the Thrilla in Canada, in Montreal. This is just like the Thrilla in Manila. Oh, right hand lead by Duran. And a right hand by Leonard. What a another exchange of straight right hand and exchange of lefts. What they are landing. No sooner does one fighter land one thing than the other lands exactly the same. Now Leonard coming on with a combination of 3 different punches that landed.
We did it in chorus.
Right above us, Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray exchanging furious punches. Here comes Duran. Leonard taking the punches, has to back up.
And now Leonard trying to come back.
But he takes the punishment as he's coming up. Now Leonard trying to pin Duran to the ropes. They're exchanging punches. Again, they're exchanging. And neither man has been hurt. Right now, Sugar Ray has landed devastating body blows, but Duran is still in front of him. Duran punching away. Leonard taking everything. Of a man. He was more strong, and he knew he could do it. Don King.
Oh, I'm so happy. Roberto Duran worked so hard. He's a great champion. He proved today that he is truly man of every entrance.
Oye, Roberto. All right, all right. Te lastimaron, Roberto. Él te lastimó.
No, él no me lastimó. Él me pegó duro, pero no me hizo daño.
He never got hurt by him.
Yo soy muy fuerte.
¿Por qué no peleaste el último round 15? Ya sabías que
Claro, que no me había ganado la pelea a mí. Yo sabía que él venía a noquearme, entonces yo tenía que ponerlo nervioso y ponerlo para allá.
I asked him why he didn't fight the 15th round.
Yo soy el boxeador, yo fui el que boxeé.
He said he boxed, he didn't fight the 15th round. And now he goes, congratulations, Roberto.
And he has to make his way through that crowd of solidly pro-Minter supporters. The spotlight on the Stars and Stripes, and the atmosphere quite remarkable here in this Wembley arena tonight. The man, Hagler, calls himself the uncrowned middleweight champion of the world, famous for the shaven head, which we shall see when the robe comes off, and for his refusal to shake hands with any opponent before any fight. The man who calls himself Marvelous Marvin Hagler, whose own slogan is destruction and destroy, and clearly is the most dangerous opponent that Alan Minter has ever had to face. And now these remarkable scenes and this immense crescendo of sound greet the champion, 29-year-old Alan Minter, who has never had a reception such as this. The man has suddenly become a national boxing institution. And this immense crowd at Wembley are cheering their heads off as Minter enters the ring. Surrounded by Union Jacks, everybody with him, clothed it seems in Union Jacks. It is all a great British celebration. And he comes into the ring to the cheers of 10,000 people, because Wembley Arena tonight is packed to the rafters and expecting victory. Minter sang throughout the national anthem, staring his opponent in the face. Well, this is a truly remarkable night for boxing. The support for Minter here is quite staggering. There must be some Americans in the place, but they're never going to be able to make themselves heard. Minter's second defense of this world title. Warming up vigorously in the ring. The whole place alive with anticipation.
To the main event of the evening. This is a contest of 15 rounds, 3 minutes each round, to decide the undisputed middleweight championship of the world, sponsored by Death Trucks. Presenting from Crawley, England, the champion, from Brockton in the United States, the challenger, marvelous Marvin Hagler. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, this match was made at 11 stone 6 pounds, and at the weigh-in today, Minter scaled 11 stone 5 3/4 pounds, Hagler 11 stone 6 pounds exactly. Your referee for this contest is Mr. Carlos Berrocol of Panama. Your judges, Mr. Marcello Bertini of Italy and Mr. Jose Guerra of Mexico. And your timekeeper, Mr. Jeffrey Williams.
So the preliminaries are over. And to a great barrage of sound now, they come to the center of the ring, and you can see already how much taller Minter is than the challenger. Hagler really is quite short for a middleweight. He can't be much more than about 5'9". Minter's second defense of the undisputed World Middleweight Championship. The only title in the whole of professional boxing that is undisputed. Hagler must face Minter and the crowd. The shaven-headed American challenger, known early on in his career as the Toy Bull. Clearly a dangerous opponent, and Minter is going to be the governor from the start if he can make it. Hagler had a few problems today at the weigh-in. He scaled 3 ounces over the 11 stone 6 limit, and he took it off in about half an hour. How much that will affect him psychologically, no one knows but Hagler. Two southpaws. Hagler already firing quickly and accurately with his own right hand. And catches Minter with the left as well. And again. And this promises to be the war we thought it might be. Hagler is said not to be so good if you get him under pressure. Minter's got a cut underneath his left eye. Within a minute of the start, Minter is cut. So the accuracy and the stinging effect of Hagler's punching is already apparent on the champion's face. It's the southpaw right lead from Hagler that's done that. These two have got down to business very, very quickly. And Minter is being drawn into some very fierce exchanges early on. Hagler has come for the title he believes he deserves. Good finish to the round by Minter, but he picked up damage in the first minute, and it looks to me as though he might have a second injury, as well as the one underneath the left eye. So, the champion, after only 3 minutes, needs somewhat urgent attention in that corner, and that's entirely due to the sharp and accurate punching of the challenger Hagler. The shaven-headed challenger from Brockton, Massachusetts, which of course was the home of the late and great Rocky Marciano. Born in the slums and ghettos of Newark, New Jersey, he moved to Brockton, Massachusetts when he was 16 years old. Now Minter, marked underneath the left eye, and there may be damage elsewhere.
Don't try to fucking settle down. All right.
Minter does indeed look quite marked around the left eye. This is his old trouble, but he hasn't suffered from it lately. It just shows the immensity of the performance in front of him. And Hagler is catching him with lefts over the top as well. This is a very determined and dangerous challenger. Good punch from Minter. What a right hand. Pulled the man up in his tracks. And this is certainly one of the most savage world championships we've seen here in this country for a long time. This is a fight to a finish, and that finish is never going to be 15 rounds away at this rate. Never. Minter bleeding. Bleeding from the nose. And these two have felt the weight of each other's punches already. And Minter is picking up quite a lot of punishment as he tries to move in. Right eye beginning to look red as well. Good left hand for Minter. And this pair really are launching the most savage attacks at each other. And we're only 6 minutes into the fight. That really was a very fierce round indeed. And Minter's face bears testimony to the savagery of this fight. He's cut underneath the left eye. He's got marks above the... He's cut underneath the left eye. He's got marks above the left eye. His nose is bleeding. And really, he has taken more punishment in the first 2 rounds of this fight than in several recent fights put together. Hagler, unmarked, but occasionally felt the weight of Minter's punching and didn't seem to like it too much. One punch absolutely pulled him up dead in his tracks. Well, the man promised a war. He said the title was rightfully his and he was coming to get it. And he certainly is trying that. And Minter is going to have to pull out the fight of his life to win this. Minter now got a mark underneath the right eye, one underneath the left eye. And we haven't seen Minter looking this marked for a very long time indeed. All his 60 feats, Minter, have always come through facial injury. Never been beaten on points, never been stopped by punches, always on cuts. Nose bleeding as well. And Hagler is looking a very sharp and dangerous puncher. And Minter now bleeding above the left eye. So that's the third one that's appeared. Hagler's head rubbing in against him. Carlos Berrical, the Panamanian referee, having trouble keeping them apart. Minter's picking up hard punches as he tries to fight back. He's being forced into a real war. He's smothered in blood, Minter, and he's in desperate trouble in the 3rd round. He can't keep the man away. Hagler will not be denied. And Minter's left eye is in real trouble, and the referee stopped it so that they can have a look at it. It is a really very bad cut over Minter's left eye, and it stopped. It stopped in the 3rd round, and Hagler's on his knees, acclaiming his victory. He said he was the rightful champion, and he's won it in 3 rounds. And people are throwing beer cans. One's landed on me. Beer cans are being hurled in all over the ring. There's a fight started over Hagler. Somebody's attacking him. And there is chaos here, absolute chaos. I'm smothered in beer, so are all my colleagues around me. And people are trying to attack Hagler. Police are trying to move into the ring to protect Hagler. I've been struck on the head by a bottle. And this is the worst scenes we've ever seen at Wembley in any boxing ring in this country. It's absolute chaos. The crowd are mad with this. And clearly they're accusing Hagler of using his head against Minter and causing Minter to lose the world title. And the rage has broken out all around Wembley. And these scenes are a shame and a disgrace to British boxing. But there it is, that's what's happening. And we've all taken our share of it round the ringside, I can tell you. So less than 3 rounds it took for Hagler to win.
Hand round Alan Minter, please.
And after that, all hell broke loose at Wembley. It was not pleasant, I can tell you. Minter smothered in blood. You can see from the towel the state he's in. Both his eyes suffered in that onslaught from Hagler. Well, there was a bit of rubbing of head. But believe me, the first cuts were started by punches because Hagler was a very, very determined, aggressive and indeed vicious challenger. And so, Britain has lost one of our world champions, the undisputed world middleweight champion. Alan Minter leaves the ring a loser, no longer champion. Hagler's already gone, escorted by police. And these are sad and shameful scenes. So, the World Middleweight Championship that promised so much has dissolved and crashed into A really horrendous scene at Wembley. Bottles and cans were being hurled full of beer from all parts around the ringside. And even as I speak, people behind me are yelling abuse into the ring at that finish. A British boxing crowd wasn't able to accept defeat, and even the MC now has made an announcement to the crowd that the behaviour has been disgusting. And I echo that. Marvin, congratulations. That was some performance.
Thank you very much. It's well deserved. I know that. Believe me, it didn't come easy.
Were you surprised how easily he cut?
Well, you know, I was ready for the 15 rounds. I trained hard and everything. I punished his body, and I believe that's what you have to do. I give a lot of credit to Alimenta. He fought like a champion. The way to go out is the hard way. You know, you came hard and you go out hard. And so he should feel any embarrassment, anything like that. I figured that he was beat by a better fighter, and it was good. I leave a rematch or whatever up to my manager and trainer, you know, and all the other people. But right now what I want to do is relax a little bit and come back as a fighting champion.
Those 2.5 rounds were pretty tough at times, weren't they?
They were good, you know. That's what it's all about, being in there for a championship fight. I learned from the first time when I fought Antiformio. I wanted it real bad. I think I even wanted it, and I lightened up a lot, hoping that I can almost get it as a gift. I worked hard that fight there, too, but this one here, I put in a little bit more. I went to school after the Antiformio fight, and my trainer and I we worked extra hard, and everything just come together. And I thanks for the sparring partners that I had. And like I said, you know, he was just falling into the right place that I wanted to put him.
Did you think all the cuts were caused by punches?
They were, all by punches, good punch shots, you know, no complaints about anything. Everything was right on the money. I was in the best I've ever been, and I really felt great tonight. And I wanted to put him out cold. That was the way that I wanted to put him out. And I thank God that the referee stopped the fight the way that he did, because the man couldn't see, and I was taking advantage of that. And I was hoping that he would step in. And I think the referee done a great job so that nobody seriously get hurt.
What did you think about those bad scenes afterwards?
Well, it just showed me how famous that I was and how much, you know, you have to have a entree, you know, a way out or a way in, you know, and that's what I liked about it. But I'm glad to bring Alimenta back down to earth and hoping that he understands exactly what happened. And a champion has to keep his feet on the ground, and that's what it's all about, being able to deal with reality and people. Don't let anything uprule his head of yours, you know. Being able to still be the same person that you are, that's what maintains your goal and keep you level-headed.
Would you give him a return?
Well, I keep that up to my people and whatever they say. That's what I've always been doing, and that's who it is. We fought the best in the world, and Alimenta was one of the best, too. And, hey, this fight here will go down in history as one of the great middleweight fights of all times.
It was a war. Alan, it was a war. Yeah. What went wrong?
Well, for a start, I never boxed the plans. I mean, as I've just said, you know, I've gone forward with a fight. See, all through my training sessions, and not just my cornerman, but other people were saying to me, whatever you do, do not get involved with this guy for the first 5 or 6 rounds, or even 7 rounds. Then go start pressing forward and go and try and take him out. The first round, I've gone out like a lunatic to try and get him. I caught him in the second round, and he was as fit and as strong as me in the early stages, and I just blew it, really. I think it was definitely my fault for having a fight with the guy.
Because you were getting cut so early on, weren't you? Well,
this is the problem. You know, I got a cut early, and you know, mentally you think you know you're cut early, you don't know how bad it is, and psychologically you think, right, I'm cut, and I've still got 14 rounds to go. I could see if I can take him out, and that's what enters your mind. You know, if I never got injured, maybe I would have kept it at long range. I don't know. The mood I was in tonight, I think I would have had a fight with anybody. You know.
How many stitches are in there, Doug?
I don't know, Harry, to be exact, but there's about 15 in there, I think.
The one over the left eye was the bad one.
That was very bad, yeah. I mean, there was no possible way he could have continued with that because it was flapping open completely, and the obvious thing, I mean, with another 12 rounds to go, the obvious thing to do was to come out, you know. I mean, I stopped the fight. The referee called my attention to it, and as soon as I saw it, that was it. And it's gone. I mean, we've had a wonderful job done it, and it's all gone back beautifully, and I'm sure everything will be okay. We'll have no problems. But we had to come out at that stage. We couldn't have gone on for another 12 rounds with that cut.
You see, Alan's being very honest about it and saying, well, I fought the wrong sort of fight, I shouldn't have
Carry
done
on.
it, but, I mean, you must have been telling him to do something different.
Yeah, well, you see, you know, Alan's quite right to say what he says, and that's the way he feels, you know, but, you know, we must say this. I mean, the first couple of punches that were delivered in this fight, Alan got cut. You know, that immediately changes the course of any planned fight. I mean, if you cut in the first round of a 15-round fight, I mean, it takes some sort of an Iceman to continue with a plan after that. And, you know, Alan just reverted to his natural way, which is to have a fight. When he's in trouble, he usually fights his way out. It just never come off this time.
Now, all those bad scenes afterwards, a lot of the crowd clearly kicked up a fuss because they thought his head was involved. Now, did you think so?
Well, he clashed heads with me a couple of times, and I got him back to the corner. I said, his nuts doing me. But as his head was doing me, so he was throwing punches and landing in the same place as his head. But, well, he was short of me, and with him boxing and coming in close, I suppose he can't be helped, but the head was every now and again, you could feel it clonk, clonk, you know, and I was saying, like, his head's doing me. But I don't make excuses, Harry.
No, I don't think there was anything deliberate there, I must say that. There was nothing that you could point out as being deliberate. But the thing is, that's the man's style. The man follows everything with his head, you know, I mean, that's the way he fights, and that's it, you know what I mean?
Do you think you might ever return with it?
Well, he's got to fight me again. In the contract, he's got to fight me. So, it's on, so he's got to fight me.
You're going to need a bit of time, though, for those cuts.
I'm going to have 6 months. I was going to have 6 months off anyway.
We were going to have 6 months.
Don't matter what was happening, Harry. But, you know, I mean, I never boxed. You used to be boxed a lot better, I know. I don't make excuses. I box, not like a mug, but I got too involved and that's it. But I've learned a lesson. It's a terrible way to learn a lesson, but I've learned a lesson, Harry.
Well, we've done it before. We've done it before.
You know?
We've had cuts before and come back, and Alan, in this frame of mind, if he wants to do it, can do it again.
Alan, we can all understand it's a sick night for you. You've taken it very well, and if some of the people out there had taken it as well, it would have been better.
How was it out there?
It was very rough and nasty.
Yeah, we're very sad about that. That is a shame.
What did they do then?
Beer cans, bottles being thrown in, people jumping into the ring, or fights with the
What
police.
do you mean? After me?
Not
No,
after
just
you. No.
disappointed.
Very angry with Hagler because they thought he'd used his head.
Justice.
Yeah, well, you know, if he used his head, he wasn't into it, you know, he never done it. He never meant to do it. It just happened. You know, really, 15 rounds, you know, a world-class fighter like I am, I could have walked out there and gone, OK, Marvin, come and take my title, and I could have moved and moved. Don't get involved at all. Let the rounds dribble by, then go in and try and have a fight. But
the arena now, surrounded by his entourage, Sugar Ray Leonard, the challenger, the champion going into last June 20th, but after that, the challenger. Sugar Ray Leonard surrounded by, among others, Angelo Dundee, his chief second and cut man, Jenks Morton, his old friend and trainer, and of course, Mike Trainer, his lawyer and in effect business manager. Sugar Ray Leonard, about whom suddenly there are so many. Again, Leonard with the uppercut. I'll tell you this, Duran may clean up on Leonard before it's over, but he's got to respect this young man. Look at the quickness of Leonard's hands. Leonard has said he went to school the first fight. Well, we'll see. 15 rounds is a long time. The right by Duran was caught by Leonard, picked off. Leonard off balance. Remember, Duran is punishing with either hand. We are 2 minutes into round 4. Duran with a right to the midriff. Duran missing with a right lead. Short with his blows twice. Duran. Leonard trying to work the left. Duran trying the maul and brawl. Halfway himself through the ropes. And Leonard getting out to ring center. is down to the final seconds, and you saw a good quick shot by Leonard to Duran's face. Counting down now toward the end of round 4. There you see Duran holding.
Snap.
Be the boss in here. Be the boss.
The bell for round 5. Keep up the pace. Keep up the pace. Dundee kept screaming at Leonard between rounds. Be the boss in there. You've been the boss. Stay the boss. Well, I'll say this. It's certainly a better beginning for Leonard than in the last fight. Mayron breaking the fighters. Octavio Mayron. The 3 judges are Jim Bramell from Wales, Jean Deswert from Belgium, Mike Jacobs from England. They do the scoring. 10-point must system. No saving by the bell, except the final round. Usual rules. 3 knockdown rule waived. And a reminder, a big ring, 21 by 21. Oh, Leonard is in that soft spot that he complained about. You just saw the ring sink. He got away from there in a hurry, but now against the ropes. This time breaking away from the ropes, Leonard shot a right. Fifth round action. A minute and a half into it. Leonard continuing to show movement. Good left. He beat Duran to the punch with his left. Leonard did. A good left that hurt Duran. And when you hurt Roberto, you're hurting a stocky tree. Two minutes into round 5. Leonard smiles. He was pulled to the ground. That was not a punch. That was not a knockdown. It was a pull, a push. And the crowd knows it. And Mayron knew it. And Leonard just smiled. But Duran is falling more and more on his part. Where is Gray?
Against Marvin Hagler from Brockton, Mass. And Gil, Hamani, very well known, very respected in Europe, not too well known here. What can you tell us about him?
Well, I had Emil Griffith box him in 1976 in Paris. After that, I had him work with Rodrigo Valdez also in Paris. Recently, I saw him in a gymnasium in New York. He's a good boxer. He's very fast. Makes you pay for your mistakes. He can give Hagler trouble.
Fifth-rated Hamani, born in Algeria, lives in Paris, France. And Marvin Hagler didn't seem to know a whole lot about him.
Well, I do know one thing. I know that he's going to be in trouble. The thing is that I do know that he's a boxer, as far as we understand. But that should be no problem to me behind the fact that I've been working with boxers. I've been working with punchers. I've been working with, good all-around, good pros, So I feel as though that I fought some of the best contenders in the world. So he should fit somewhere in the category of one of them.
And Gil Clancy at ringside at the Civic Center in Portland, Maine. Marvin Hagler weighed in at 161. Loucif Hamani at 158 1/4. And Hagler brings in a record of 46 victories, 2 losses, 2 draws, including the controversial one against champion Vito Antuofermo. 38 knockouts to his credit. Hamani with only 21 fights, 12 knockouts. He lost his first fight and then won 20 more. And they are both 27 years of age. Marvin Hagler, born in Newark, New Jersey, now lives in Brockton, Massachusetts, as we see his record. Hamani, born in Iguafaf, Algeria, not far from the legendary Marcel Cerdan, who became the great French champion. And like Cerdan, he now resides in France, as Cerdan did during most of his boxing career. He is rated number 5 by the WBC. Hagler number 2, and number 1 by the WBA. The 10-point must system is in effect here in the state of Maine. Mandatory 8 count in effect. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect, but a fighter can be saved by the bell in this state. Scoring is done by 3 judges. They are Louis Vigneault, Jim Breton, and Sid Swartz, all from Portland, Maine. The referee who will not score is the veteran Pete Bennett, also from Portland, Maine. Loucif Hamani will wear the blue trunks. He's on the left of your screen, and we're awaiting the bell for round 1. Marvin Hagler in the red trunks, and we're underway now. This scheduled 10-round middleweight bout. Marvin Hagler hoping to get that title opportunity again. He's trying to leave the Antifermo draw behind him and is willing to fight as many as necessary to get back at the championship. Hamani, coming over to the United States for his first important fight here, will, of course, be facing a tremendous opportunity to make himself better known throughout North America, and a victory over Hagler would certainly vault him right to the top of the middleweight ranks.
Both these fighters, Tim, look in very, very good condition. They both look like they're just cut out of rocket. Very well-conditioned fighters. And, you know, Hamani has good credentials. He has 20 straight wins, but he's beaten some good Americans. He beat David Love, he beat Rudy Robles, and, of course, he had a win over Emil Griffith. He has credentials.
Has not been a real busy fighter, although he had 3 fights canceled last year that were scheduled to go. He trained for them, and for various reasons, they were canceled. One of them was against the veteran American Ronnie Harris, who fought for the championship. His last fight was an exhibition in September of 1979 against Jose Lozano of Spain, the fight taking place in Hamani's native Algeria. First round action.
Hamani is a good boxer. He's very, very fast. Now it's a question of whether his boxing skills will be diminished because of the fact that he's in with a southpaw. That's what you have to look for.
They match up very well physically, have almost identical builds, broad-shouldered, thick-chested, heavy thighs, both very strong and really almost mirror copies of body structure. Hagler 5'9½", Hamani 5'9¼ a couple of pounds lighter. An enthusiastic group of Algerian students from colleges around Maine, Massachusetts, New England, some coming all the way from New York to support their countrymen. Makes his home in Paris. Less than a minute to go here in round 1. An almost typical feeling out round here. Neither fighter getting too close, throwing too many punches as they get a good look at each other.
Hamani so far is moving strictly to his left, which is really the way to fight a southpaw, especially a southpaw like Hagler. It's a punishing puncher. He keeps himself out of the range of that big straight left hand of Hagler's.
Less than 30 seconds in round 1, scheduled for 10. 20-foot ring here, 8-ounce gloves in use. They are both in superb condition. Final seconds of round number 1 at the Civic Center in Portland, Maine. Round number 2. Number 1 ranked Marvin Hagler on the left of your screen in the burgundy trunks. On the right of your screen, Loucif Hamani from Igoufaf, Algeria, now living in Paris, France. Growing up very near the same town that Marcel Cerdan was raised in Algeria, and says he feels some of the tradition in his bones of the late, great Marcel Cerdan. He trained in the gym where Cerdan trained and saw the posters.
Good right hook by Hagler, Tim. Good right hook. Missed that one.
Hamani. Now as they start to mix a little more here in round number 2, showing his good movement.
Oh, he's quick. He's quick. No question about that. Quick head movement, quick legs. He better be quick in there with Hagler.
Marvin Hagler wins over Willie Warren, Mike Colbert, Kevin Finnegan, Benny Briscoe. And the draw that haunts him still against Vito Antifermo.
Hamani is slipping punches and he's not countering, Tim.
Good straight right from Hagler.
He's hurt. Hamani is hurt.
It really rocked him. Another right hand. He's got him in trouble. He's on the ropes, and that's it. Hamani knocked right through these very loose ropes into the press row as Hagler with a good short straight right. That was a damaging punch. And Hamani knocked right through these very loose ropes here. Took several tough shots as he was sagging on the ropes and fell into the press row. And here in the second round, a startling knockout by Marvin Hagler. Let's watch it again. Hamani receiving attention. He's apparently all right.
That straight right jab hurt him. That's how powerful Hagler was. He hurt him with a jab. There's a right hook behind it. And here's those ropes, those loose ropes. That didn't help.
We've been watching these ropes during the preliminaries today and have been critical of them. They were not anchored tightly enough, and here's an example of what can happen. There's no support from those ropes. He takes a left and a right, and he's practically out cold at that point, and through the ropes he goes. Now Loucif Hamani being assisted back up toward the ring apron. Now they've decided to take him down, and we'll take him en route to the dressing room, and he is apparently all right. Getting some assistance from his handlers. The trainer is Julien Tifanier, and his manager is Gerard Tifanier. We'll return here to the Civic Center in Portland, Maine. Marvin Hagler, you said before the fight that you didn't know much about him. You weren't too concerned about that, although you did have respect for him. Were you surprised at how easily you took him out?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say hi to my grandmother and my son down in New Jersey, and to all my friends and fans all over the world. I was surprised about the way how he come out. He was a good fighter. He used his jab real well. I thought that I would have to respect this guy. I knew it. I went in with a fight, not really taking this guy lightly, and it paid off for me.
In the first round, it looked like he was slipping punches well and that he might be hard to hit, but suddenly you got that jab in on him in round two. It was a good, sharp punch, and that seemed to be the one that started him on his way out. We're going to see that second round again. Perhaps you can describe what happened in there for us. Okay, here it comes now. This is the beginning of round two. Just reflecting back on round one, did you think he might be hard to hit the way he moved?
Yeah, he moved very well. You could tell he was a good polished pro, but he's never been in there with one of the best, and I figured that I'm the best. Right here, I'm looking. He had a good right hand. He caught me with in the first round, so now I'm sucking. There was another right hand. I'm looking for that right hand. They know that order to fight a southpaw, you have to shoot the right hand and a left hook, and this is what I'm looking for. I was slipping real well. My head was moving. My speed was good. He's a well-respected fighter, though. But I'm the best, and all I want is another shot at Vito Antuofermo. That's all I want.
Well, you're very much in line for it again, as you expected you would be. Let's watch the finish here. These ropes prove to be a bit of a factor, as they're a little bit loose, and when you got him on the ropes, he went right through them. But let's watch for that right hand that started him on his way. It looked like you were jabbing, but you had good power on it. Should be coming up here shortly.
I'm slipping very well here. I'm moving everything. I'm looking for an opening. That's what I'm looking for. He was very covered up good. He moved very well. He's got to make a mistake, and this is what I'm looking for.
I don't think he landed a solid punch to you during the course of the fight.
No, but what I wanted to show him was that he was in there with the champion. I should be champion today behind that controversy draw there, but I'm showing the world that I'm right back in there, and I'm looking like a champion.
That was a good solid right there. Now you got him in trouble. Good right hand there, and here he is on the ropes. A left and a right finished him, and he went right into the press row. Fortunately, Loucif Hamani was not injured in that fall. He's all right, but he was a definite knockout victim by the man who wants that championship again. Now you've won this fight. What is your understanding of where you stand in the title picture? What happens next for Marvin Hagler?
Right now I'm leaving it up to my manager and trainer and attorney. Whoever they say I fight, I'll fight. I like to stay busy and stay right on top of my game, fight some of the best contenders that they have out there today, and just to stay sharp for Vito Antuofermo. I want him again.
Well, he's got to get by Alan Minner, of course. That's his first title defense after the one against you, and it may be that you'll have one or two more fights. Is that what you're saying before the title shot?
That's right. I'm going to stay busy. Since I had an easy night tonight, I'm going right back in the gym and keep working.
Okay, Marvin, good luck to you. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back